Hurry. Fire.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hello, Zachary.
Hello, everybody.
Become in peace.
That's not how it's done.
This week is all about holiday world, and we have the Blue Penny Man himself, Brent Silver.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
And right now, he's in a disguise.
I am in disguise for a couple of weeks.
That looks like a couple months, bro.
So it's been a while since we've all been together. What's everybody been up to?
Traveling a lot. It's definitely been a wild year, I'll say that.
Yes.
We cannot wait for Holiday World to open.
Same. I will actually be at Holiday World in actually just a few short weeks.
Will you be working or will you be visiting?
Working.
Ooh.
Well, someone has to be there for training to get up and plug ready, so.
Pre-season training.
Yes.
He has to learn where the override button is. Go faster.
Zach, I heard you're going to be a lifeguard this year?
No. No. Although I do actually have the water plug mascot in swim trunks.
What? Zach, you're telling me you don't want to do...
There are so many things.
Do this all day?
Our dog keeps bringing him his socks.
Okay, so here and do first thing. So, being the Blue Penny Man himself.
Jesse, who is that?
Jesse the Snow Dog.
There we go. Hi, Jesse the Snow Dog.
Dustin.
Is that really Dustin?
Yes.
It's Dustin from our channel. Jesse is the name of his dog.
Well, one of his dogs.
Well, yes, one of his dogs. So that's the name of his dog. I don't know why he just doesn't. Well, if you're the best member, why are you not here?
Oh,
you have an invite.
Yes.
I think the term you're looking for there is slacker.
You're good.
Boom. But stay on track. So, Brett, talk about yourself a little bit. Let's introduce you to the crowd.
Well, my name's Brent. I love Holiday World. Long walks on the beach. Little personal time at sunset. My favorite week of the entire year is the week that bridges between July and August.
That's a good week.
Whatever that week is, that's my happy week.
That week is my birthday.
Oh, see, I knew there was a reason. That's not it, but we'll pretend it is. What do you want to know?
What is your favorite drink?
Caramel macchiato at the local Starbucks.
I have coffee too.
What's that, Miss Annika?
We'll save that question.
Okay, we'll save that question.
You want to talk about Blue Pennies?
Yeah.
We can talk about Blue Pennies. What do you want to know about Blue Pennies?
If you can say about them. Because you know more than we do.
Well, I don't know that that's true, but I can tell you where the legend came from.
Yes, please.
And that tends to be the topic of conversation a lot. First, I'll dispel a couple of myths. They are not hidden throughout the park. That's a popular question I get asked. Where do I hide them? And any tips for locating them? And anything about hiding them. That's false. That is an urban legend that has sprung up around the blue penny. It's not true. They are not hidden. They are laid in plain sight around the fountain every morning. That's how it happens. Where it came from is a fun story. COVID year, which we don't generally like to talk about in the theme park community because it was so fun for everyone. But Holiday World had put footprints all over in the queues to tell people how far apart to stand. And of course, kids are the least likely to follow those instructions. And I noticed that every once in a while, there was a set of blue footprints among all the yellow ones. There was also no red. I did not see one single set of red footprints anywhere in the park. I don't know why that is. I've asked, and the answer was, we don't have any. So that will remain a mystery. But a friend of mine had talked about the tradition that her family had of always stopping at the fountain to make a wish in the morning. And at the end of the day, her child wanted to make another wish, and she didn't have any change and just wanted to go home and was tired, and I think was just having a mom evening, and said, well, if you make a second penny wish, it will cancel out the first wish, which of course dashed the child's hopes and dreams, and she had to do some backpedaling. And that story just stuck with me. And then in looking at these footprints, I thought, if there's a way to get kids to look at the footprints and kind of give everybody the distance that was required, whether we thought we should do it or not was irrelevant. The park asked us to. So I said that I had heard a rumor, I may have started that rumor, that if you found a set of blue footprints and you stood on them and put your arms out and closed your eyes and screamed, "I love Holiday World," you got to make a wish. And the interesting thing about that is I just mentioned that like one time. And the next week, I heard people doing that and saw them doing it around the park. And I thought, I wonder who started that rumor. And then the story of the penny at the fountain came to mind. And I thought, I can fix this and I can make something a little special for the COVID year. So I magically transformed pennies into blue pennies by not consuming all of my blue footprint wishes. And they magically turned into, let me turn it around so it's right side up, blue pennies. A good friend of mine, Trevor, shot a video of me doing a magic trick. That does not look blue, sir.
Colorblind.
There you go. You've got one of the classics in the keepsake coin capsule, as we call it. Trevor shot a video of me doing some magic in the park up near the fountain. And I just hijacked a family that walked by and said, "Hey, can I borrow your kid for a magic video?" And they said, "Sure." And they said, "But first we want to get a picture of you with our kids." And these are complete strangers. And that was really the start of strangers just walking up to me and saying, "Can you get a picture with our kids? Can we take your picture? Do you have any blue pennies?" And it really snowballed from there. I shot this video. So if you want to look, go over to the Holiday World's fan page. That just do a search for Blue Penny video. You'll find it. It's on the season pass holder page. And I think probably also now just the Holiday World fans group. Anyway, this one is extra special. If you look real close, I can get it in the light there, it twinkles. This is actually a vintage wheat penny that was minted the same year that Holiday World opened. So we get a little extra sparkle magic applied to it. I will say, if you have one of these, it's a rarity. There were only 700 of them, and that's it. After that, oh, look, you have one. You got two. Shh, don't tell everybody you got two that are going to shoot me.
Yeah, mine's running somewhere.
Anyway, it works especially good if you take it into the Merry Marketplace under the halogen lights near the candy confectionery, or also anywhere
So-
that in the park that has the halogen lights. They really sparkle.
Do you know how we got two?
Probably
We sang a lot of nursery rhymes. a lot of nursery rhymes, and one turned into two.
that might do it. There might be some extra magic there I was unaware of. So that's the basic story of it, and I will get hit up just about anywhere I go now. People will stop me. I got stopped at a church in Owensboro, Kentucky. A little kid walked up to me and said, "Do you have any blue pennies?"
Wow.
So it's reached well beyond the park as a whole into the town and surrounding towns. It's fun. I get to meet a lot of people. I get to make a lot of kids happy. And the blue penny, by the way, is guaranteed not to cancel out previous penny wishes. It is what I call the most powerful wishing penny in the known universe.
So, can we ask about the yellow penny and the red penny?
You can. Those were extra special. Those only came out in a very limited quantity that first year and never again. So if you have a red, a yellow, and a blue, you have a very rare set, because I think there were 50 red and 50 yellow created. They just, for whatever reason, they weren't as popular as the blue ones. People ask for blue ones, so
Everybody loves blue.
everybody loves blue. It's the most magical color there is. So if you see me in the park, don't be afraid to stop and ask, because I tell people I've always got them with me. I'll stop at the fountain, usually right in the morning. Sometimes I'll lay them out around the fountain and then go park myself on a bench somewhere and just watch the fun. If you've ever been in the park with me early in the morning and done that, people will walk up to the fountain, they'll find one, and they'll stop. And they'll want to show it to somebody immediately because they found one. And then they'll start looking around to see if they can find me. So, it's a lot of
Meanwhile, you're hiding behind a bush going,
yeah, I have been known. There are some pictures of me behind families hiding, where you just see like the top of my head and my eyes, or the hollow dog hat with the ears. Sometimes I'll just be around the corner somewhere, just sitting on a bench, just watching the fun unfurl. And I've had employees, families of employees, the occasional park owner come to me and ask me if I've got any. I had one higher level park employee, who shall remain nameless, Stephen, say that he would be willing to knock down his 9-year-old in order to get one from me.
Oh my gosh.
That was, and he told me that we were at Hollow Dogs Fun Town. He was there with his family, and he said I would knock a 9-year-old down to get one. I'm fairly certain I would knock her out of the way. Hollow Dogs Fun Town is another place I'll visit, because they've got that giant Hollow Dog statue, which is so fun to pose at. And anytime I'm there with somebody I've just met, I will usually talk them into doing the Hollow Dog pose to match the statue. It's a classic.
well, speaking of classics,
So-
and Brett, we do have a question
Yes.
for you.
I'll do my best to answer it.
What's your favorite ride?
Of all time ever in the known universe or at Holiday World?
Both.
Now you see
All
why I
time.
married her?
All-time favorite ride of all time. Gosh.
Can't be Polar Plunge.
No, I tell you, You're going to laugh. But probably the one I have the most memories of because I've ridden it more than probably anything else is a small portable coaster called the Little Dipper. If you've ever been to the county fair or the whatever, and they've got this little coaster that packs up on a flatbed, and they get there and unfold it. Back from my childhood, that was the first roller coaster I ever rode. I went from that. The second one I think was probably like the Wabash Cannonball at Opryland. So, and then the Beast. I think I was 8 when I rode the Beast. Ish.
My first roller coaster was the Beastie. I was too short to ride any big roller coasters at Holiday World. My first real coaster was the Racer at Kings Island. My second real coaster, thanks to my mom, was Flight of Fear. And then we went to Holiday World, and I was able to ride the Raven, stuff like that.
I'm looking forward. Go ahead.
Oh, I was always terrified of coasters, and I cried when I rode I forget what it's called, the roller coaster at the Indy Zoo. Cried getting off of it, and then somehow my uncle convinced me to get on the Raven when we went for a family vacation to Holiday World, and that was my first like big kid coaster that got me into roller coasters.
Awesome. I will tell you the one that struck the most fear in me, and that was the Mouse at the now defunct Old Indiana Fun Park. It was not an enjoyable experience because as soon as we left the station, we realized my sister and I were the only one in it. And it was like a 4-passenger single car. It wasn't a train. And as soon as we left the station, the lap bar failed to lock.
Oh no!
So here we are, just kind of freewheeling in this thing.
Was it called Mad Mouse?
I think so.
Looks sketchy.
It changed names. It was a little sketchy. The whole park was kind of sketchy on safety. They had some incidences, and they were closed.
That doesn't look too bad.
Yes, it does. That looks really sketchy.
I believe that is a Alan Husselwald mouse, or that.
Here, let me do you guys a favor. Which why I do this, I'm gonna give full credit to RCDB. Because all this information I always pull from them because they are very reliable. This is Mad Mouse at Old Indiana Fun Beach.
If that's in my Live Mouse.
I mean, it doesn't look that bad.
It's a really narrow track. It's tubular steel. Every time there was a joint, there was motion. That's kind of what I remember at that it was a pretty big structure, and we just kind of sat in the middle of a field. It's not incredibly high by any real standard, but there are no rails anywhere. And when your lap bar is not locked, you're flying out of it. We had to kind of wedge our feet and knees together and hang on. And when we got back to the station, I told the operator, I said, "Hey, this thing did not lock," and he just went, "Oh, okay," and just shot the next one off.
And this ride operated from 85 to 94. It was in Thorntown, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the parks that are no longer in Indiana. Definitely one of the classic parks that operated right around when Mounds Park was operating. They had the park in downtown Indianapolis going.
They had a lot of neat things there before they closed. Sidebar. They had expanded and they were getting into wild animals and things. So it is the only time I've ever bottle fed a tiger cub.
Oh, that's so cool.
Her name was Kayla. She was about 1 year old and teething, and 9 months old, year something in there, and she was the size of a fairly good sized dog. And they just handed you you sat down, they handed you a bottle, and then they walked over and put her in your lap, and you're bottle feeding a tiger.
All
That's
right,
funny.
now.
So, I do not know my first coaster, but I do know my first coaster with inversions was Corkscrew at Missing Adventure. And current me is mad at Old me saying this though, but I absolutely hated it. I wanted it torn down.
Oh,
I'm like, why did I see that? Like the classic Aero Looper, keep it alive.
my first upside down was Flight of Fear. My mom goes, "Oh, it's an indoor roller coaster. It's like the racer. It doesn't go that fast. It doesn't go upside down." We get to
Well,
the station, the strobe lights and the fog starts going off, and that thing just goes phew, and I'm like, "Nope." But
that
by
would
then it
almost
was
be
too
too. Like,
late.
yeah, that would all
It
be
was
too.
too
And
late.
I almost took a nut on it, but I did ride now, and now I do really enjoy Flight of Fear.
I don't even remember my first inverted coaster.
I
It had to have been with you.
I still really don't like heights, but I like roller coasters. But back to Brent. Brent,
Yes.
speaking of heights,
Yes.
what's your favorite ride at Holiday World that's not the Voyage?
My favorite ride at Holiday World that is not the Voyage. Well, because it's a different environment, I will say Wildebeest. It, I think it was actually probably the first water coaster I ever rode. I didn't know what to expect, and you do go a lot faster than it looks when you're just watching it. Um, but I like the streamlined missile being launched feel. Um, and although if you look at it from an aerial point of view, it's a really kind of simple zigzag. There's nothing real crazy fancy about it. But when you're on it, you don't realize that that's all you're doing. It seems much more dramatic.
It's more intense,
It,
yes.
it does. You don't
Because
realize.
every time you hit it up and down, your thing's just going whoop, airborne, dump.
Yeah. That one, and on the dry park side, you're gonna laugh. I had a zen moment on the firecracker.
Hey, I love the
Yes, Linda.
firecracker.
It
Miss
is-
Firecracker.
It is a it's what's the word I want to use? It's more than a classic. It's rare. There's not that many of them operating anymore. So
Okay,
you
so
get
this
that,
Firecracker, the flip cell.
you get that very vintage wood sound when it's running.
Yes.
But it's an amazing night ride because the LEDs they've upgraded to give it a nice glow without blinding you like the old round glass car headlights did. But it was maybe 2021, I think, 2020, 2021, somewhere in there. Maybe even earlier than that. It was fairly early in the season, and I was there till closing time. Why not? And it was making my way back through 4th of July, and I thought, yeah, the park's closing, but I've got enough time for one more ride, and there was no one in line. So I just darted down, and it was just me and the operator. They were closing down the other attractions, so it was like essentially almost the last ride of anything in the park that night. It was just great weather. Sun was going down, so the sky was kind of lit up in a kind of a bluish purple haze at that time, and it was just me, and the only sound was the firecracker. There wasn't a lot of people. There wasn't anything, and I still see that operator from time to time, and she remembers giving me that ride that one night because there was nothing else going on. It just kind of stuck in her memory. So.
It's a funny story. So, I was actually the first ride operator to run Firecracker on Minimize Open for the Plug, and I operated all day on opening day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So which I'm on my
Calypso.
phone.
Calypso. That's the name of the rock.
So, yeah.
I'm on my phone to show you guys a photo of what Brent was talking about.
Yeah.
I have a gorgeous photo from Hollywood Nights somewhere of the great LEDs. I just have 600 photos to go through.
Well, while you're looking, I will say other excellent night rides at Holiday World that are completely underappreciated include
Legend.
the Legend and the Carousel. The
Good choice for the
carousel's beautiful at night, and by the end of the evening, there's nobody there. But it's just to watch it, just to stand out and watch it go. There's a lot of very detailed painting and lighting on that. And Revolution, of course, is an amazing night ride because of the colors. I like to watch Revolution at night from Liberty Launch.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good ride.
Which Liberty Launch is one of the best double shots out there.
It is.
Okay, I guess I can't find it. That's a shame because it's a really good night photo.
It's probably on your desk.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That's a video.
Yeah, great lights at nighttime, and I'm so glad that they got the sign fixed to where the lights work most of the time rather than always being turned off because you don't know what they're going to do or possibly throw a bad bird out.
Now, I'll ask you, have any of you compared the park closing times for peak season with the phases of the moon?
No.
Because last year there was a weekend where it was a new moon, so it was completely dark night sky, and it was one of the latest closing times of the park of the season. Now they get later, and then it starts backing back down. So with no moon and a clear sky, late at night, the Voyage was an amazing night ride. Ended up with a couple of guys who'd never ridden it. They bumped into me like up at Thunderbird again. Hey, that's Brent. Come ride Thunderbird with us. So I did. I said, you guys need to ride Voyage at night before they close. And we went down. Of course, by that time, the line is almost non-existent. So I think we did 4 or 5 back to back without getting off. But each ride was 3 to 4 minutes darker than the previous one. So it just got darker and darker as we went until we closed the park down.
So, speaking of night rides and what makes certain rides better than others, let's debate.
Oh. Are we talking about all coaster during night rides or
all 4 coasters ranked?
Okay.
No Hollywood Nights. No, you can't include trim breaks for Voyage because 90% of the season, 99% of the season, you can't get that.
Right. I'm going to put in one caveat in my ranking, and that's because it depends on the weather. I personally prefer a nice overcast late evening ride on Thunderbird. Because call me witty, but I think an overcast, almost stormy night adds to the overall theming of Thunderbird.
Okay, so I would say my least favorite.
Your least favorite?
Least favorite
roller
coaster there would probably be, which it hurts to say this, is the Raven. I love the Raven. It was my first big roller coaster growing up at Holiday World. When I got there and was able to ride roller coasters, it was the first one I rode. But I just feel like you get so excited and then it's over.
It is a short ride.
Which is why I rank it.
I disagree.
But it packs a punch, though.
Quality
and quantity of ride racing right there.
It is
the bottom
good
of my
introductory
list is the
coaster.
Legend. I haven't ridden it since it's been retracked, but the Legend is at the bottom of my list because of how rough it is.
If I had a yellow flag or something to throw, I'd be throwing the flag up in the air right now. 10-yard penalty.
I mean, come
I
on.
have to give the
You
Raven
can't turn
love
down
because
that
it
like
Look at that.
That
Look
is a
at
beautiful
that.
shot.
Thank you.
Again, I haven't ridden it since it's been retracked, so that might change things when we go this season. And yeah,
You're riding it this season and you're going to be honest.
So, what would you put your least favorite other than Legend?
Legend is my least favorite, and then the Raven.
Zach? Your least favorite.
Legend above Raven. So, okay. So, I have to put Howler at the bottom, even though it's still really fun.
I'm not
Now
counting
wait a
Howler at
minute.
all.
This comes from the guy who, in an auction, bought and won. There it is. The Zen ride at Hollywood Nights.
We did that 2 years in a row.
I mean, here's the thing: is how do you not? Because it was the cheapest Zen ride.
It was, and we can say that we did it together.
Why'd
Awesome.
you not, Zach? Pull that down. Why'd you not use this photo?
I mean, that one's fun, but here's the thing, though: is after one of all on the train together, you know, only adults. But yeah, so Courtney was amazing operating that for us, and we had a laughing too. So yeah.
Oh, and here's another good photo from
Yes.
The year before.
Oh yeah. You if you're going to show photos, you'll have to find the one of me dressed as the Legend.
I do not have
2
one
years
though.
ago.
You do though.
Oh my gosh, I don't have that
yet.
photo.
Oh my.
Do you remember seeing it?
Oh my.
We'll find it and we'll post it to our page later on.
Okay, because that was I was there with Rich and Cheryl. Hi, Rich and Cheryl. Haven't mentioned them yet. They are the unofficial food reviewers at Holiday World. Good friends of mine I met at the park. I will say that I've met a lot of people, present company included, that I count as friends that I only met because of Holiday World. So. Anyway, if I'm going to rank my night rides, I'm going to put Thunderbird as a night ride in a slightly different category because it's only dark for about half the ride because so much of it takes place in the station and the I can't even say lift hill, the launch, and then you go over around between the buildings, and that's all well lit. So it doesn't become a night ride until you get into the woods at first, and then it's only about half of it left. Fun fact, if you are riding with someone, turn your head to face them and don't look forward, and you have no idea where you are on the track because there's no visual cues.
I know where I am.
Look backwards. Look backwards.
If I can
Look
turn my head
backwards.
away, you'll see.
It's hard to do that with those restraints.
Look back and down, like this. Best ride ever.
Okay, but no. How about the Thunderbird running like 7 seconds faster? That's the best ride ever.
Yeah,
That
you're
was
right.
the
Yes,
best.
the overdrive. Yes, fun of it on overdrive is amazing.
All right.
When that is permitted, that is awesome. I think there's a
It is
switch on the
permitted.
bottom. But, I still say the Voyage is the best night coaster.
I agree.
Raven, I think, is second best night coaster.
Legend.
Wrong.
Legend.
I think it's
I
Raven
agree with Brent.
because once you
Legend
get past
is the
lift
best.
hill, the rest of it, it's not as good as it used to be since they cleared trees to redo the track. So a lot of that hasn't grown back yet. But it was really dark. Legend, you still get a lot of light pouring in from the water park, even though by then it's usually closed. There's still a lot of ambient light in the area. The tunnel's incredibly dark.
My thing is usually when I ride Legend at night, all the lights in the water park are off.
Yes.
So all you see back there are the green and red lights just flashing randomly
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on the weight
so
checks.
you're paying attention to that, and then next thing you know, you're being dropped down. The next thing you know, you're hitting a tunnel, and then next thing you know, there's trees everywhere, and then it's a tunnel again, and you're just like, holy crap!
Or you hit the fourth hill and get amazing airtime.
There
Laterals,
is more
buddy.
airtime on the Legend than people realize. You just you have to kind of allow yourself. You have to kind of allow yourself to feel it, and you're not getting. That's an excellent demonstration of a lateral G-force. Yeah.
Yeah, and how he crushes me when we ride.
That's pretty much the Legend to a T.
Really is. Doing it immediately.
But I like Voyage, of course, I said is my top favorite night coaster ride. I did really enjoy the Legend after they did some retracking at night. It was a little smoother, so you lost a little bit of knowing where you were because the bumps you used to know were gone. But I also wore a hoodie and then drew it up over my face so I couldn't see out, but just a little hole. That darkened it significantly, so that's fun.
I actually really miss Legend pre-2016, back before it got redone by DCI, and we had the 4 corners of death at the end. That was fun.
I don't remember riding it before then. I don't think I was at the. I'd have to look up to see what year my first park visit was. But I think it was after that rework. But I still think the 4 corners of death, as they called it, they're still pretty rough.
I mean, so the reason why it called 4 corners of death is because it was 4 high lateral areas with G's.
And
so it was four
right,
four
left,
high,
right, left.
Very 4 high stress points.
Yeah.
In the tracks.
Yeah. Well, the one is still pretty high stress. If you're on the steps outside the station.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
You can see it move, and it's not just a small movement. But if you get a little coaster loving in, you can feel that all the way through your body when the train comes by. It's that whole structure still flexes quite a bit.
Yep, and now the 4 corners of the fun.
That is part of the fun. That it's a living, breathing thing.
It is.
So Brent's favorite night ride there would be
Legend, for sure.
Ooh.
Didn't he just say Voyage?
I thought you just said Voyage.
I was watching.
He got you.
He's like,
I caught on.
Indecisive by the indecisive.
It is definitely the Voyage. My sibling coaster. Then I'm going to throw Raven at number 2, and I'm going to put Legend at number 3. And it's not a number 4; it's just a number 1 in a different category for Thunderbird because it's not really
a night ride.
It's only a night ride. I know you said we couldn't talk about Hollywood Nights, but when they turn the other lights, well, I mean, as far as night rides and things they do, because they kill the lights on the rest of those buildings up there.
Well, I just more meant for the no trim on Voyage.
Oh, yeah.
Because you only get to experience that 2 nights a year.
Fun fact, my first trimless night Voyage was with all 3 of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I remember one of you saying, I want to sit next to him because I want to watch his face.
That was me.
That was you. And I remember hitting the real trim brake run towards the end and not hitting it. Like the slow grind, and we just freight trained right through there.
Yep.
So shameless plug, if you have the opportunity to navigate the Matrix system as it evolves to get the invite ticket to Hollywood Nights, go.
Although this year it was not really a Matrix, it was, hey, can you get there fast enough and pay the money?
Around Christmas, yeah.
We'll bring that up again since we're on that topic. I didn't know that you would have to have the names and birth dates and stuff of people. So I started entering information to get my maximum of 4 tickets, and got 3/4 of the way through and had to call somebody and say, hey, I got to enter this information. And in the interim got kicked out and had to go back in. And I was successful getting back in the first time. I was not successful getting back in the second time. I know now I could have just used my name and birth date for all 4 and been done with it.
Oh, no.
Because they'd said they would allow you to change names and things later. I didn't catch that. So I was a victim of my own stupidity.
This is not the photo I was looking for, but this is a photo I came across.
Yes.
Yes. That was the Olympics.
Yes.
We number 1.
We have this one too from the same day.
Oh yes, I love that picture.
How come you're like the only one like wearing shades and being a little suave there at the end?
Because I look like I'm the only one having fun.
Well, see, I was being a good violin player and holding on to both handles because I didn't want to get off.
I'm surprised they even let that picture go because you were breaking the rules, little rule breaker.
I was breaking the rules
Because I was trained on Mammoth that you have to hold on to both handles at all times. So
that's something the 4 of us need to do this summer. Is we need to go ride the Mammoth together.
yes.
Speaking of which, what's your favorite?
No, it's over there. It's right over there.
Favorite water coasters? Go.
Wildebeest.
Mammoth.
Ooh, I can't decide. I honestly can't decide. I'm gonna be different here. I'm gonna say Cheetah Chase, just based on all the times I got to ride it the past
I
few
just
years.
said Cheetah Chase.
Night and Employee Night.
I just said Cheetah Chase. Don't make me slap you with a piece of my track.
Go for it. Do it. I dare you.
Cheetah Chase can be fun
It is fun.
if you get the weight distribution correct. They've still got some tuning on that. I know they made some adjustments the first year because it was not working half the time.
I love Cheetah Chase, and it's the best water coaster ever.
Yeah, I really enjoyed races doing Hollywood Nights and riding with Jacob and finding ways to go faster.
Which, by the way, this is track off a water coaster from
I mean, not track conveyor belts.
conveyor belt. It's conveyor belt track. That's the way Holiday World. That is how Holiday World. Hey, it actually connects all the way.
Now,
Hey.
does that track have the magnet in it, or does that track have the steel in it and the magnets are in the racks?
Neither, because that was
It's all plastic.
neither because that is actually from a lift hill or a visitor to the station, not from a launch.
Yeah, I think this is at the end of the ride to bring the ride back onto the track.
Oh, okay.
Into the station. Yeah. I think that's from Wildebeest, I know. Yeah, and then from Wildebeest, returned from the unload platform to the load platform.
Which typically I have them up, but this isn't my normal room. But we have flags from pretty much every roller coaster at the park and the water park and the entrance.
What are you missing as far as flags?
Raven.
Do you have the 75th anniversary edition flag?
No.
No, we missed out on
I
that
did
one.
not want that one. Oh, I wasn't. No, like, I don't want this to sound bad in any way, but I already had so many flags.
Right. Pick and choose what you want. Gotcha.
I was trying to be nice, and
Do you have a set of flags from the Howler?
No, they
No.
haven't offered them yet.
That sounds a little wrong and off-putting. We should probably petition the park for that.
If they would offer flags from the Howler, I would definitely take that.
And
Yeah,
and
I
while we're on
only
the,
have legend flags. So
and while we're
yeah,
on the
legend flags
subject
are 1.1 too.
of things not offered, I would like to interject my annual argument for souvenir Hevron lightning rod keychains from Hevron's Mercantile. The advertisements clearly state that lightning rods are available in multiple styles at Hevron's Mercantile.
I told you
Go to
before, but they
Hevron's
are backordered.
See,
They are not there.
I specifically want this from the park. I want that specific background, that whole wall. I want that.
From Gobbler Getaway.
Yes, that is the best thing to set up. I can set that
I
outside
have
for Thanksgiving,
now.
and it will stay there through Halloween. Reverse that.
Gobble gobble. That's one of the few rides I can never remember to look at the camera.
Same, because I'm always so focused on being in high school.
Dude, I
Yeah.
love Gobbler Getaway. It's one of my favorite shooter rides that isn't something like.
It's not a
Just
shooter
the same.
ride. It's a
You and
caller
Holy Cookies.
ride.
So it is
Sorry,
your favorite calling
Sorry.
cookies ride.
You are capturing the turkeys.
Calling cookies.
Calling them.
Now
No,
hear
you
me
don't.
out. Now hear me out. The only problem about the whole thing about that is it's in Thanksgiving. You're rescuing the turkeys, and what do you eat for Thanksgiving?
Pizza!
Ah.
Happy Pizza Day!
So the question then becomes, why is pizza not available at Plymouth Rock?
Bingo.
Correct.
But anyway, I mean, come on, though. Don't have to pay though. They have some darn good food.
Actually, let's not bring up their pizza because their pizza is the worst thing in the world.
No. Like it's pretty good.
It tastes like
Okay, but
it tastes
we
like
had
cardboard.
We had it for commercial filming. Who knows how long it had been sitting?
It tastes
Exactly.
like cardboard. Don't get me wrong. I love holiday world food, but the pizza tastes like cardboard.
Were you eating actual Holiday World pizza for the commercial, or was it stand-in pizza?
No, it was made in the.
It was Holiday World
It was
pizza.
Holiday World pizza made in the back of the water park, which when somebody found that out halfway through the day, people who go there all the time, they were like, God dang it, it's going to taste like cardboard. And they were right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on food. I don't know about food rankings now.
Goblin's Burger is the best, that place is the best place to get food. Or if you like to spending a lot of money, your main Santa Village area.
Yeah, walking place. Yeah.
But that's alley cart. Everything's alley cart. You can't get a meal
Alley cart.
there. Yeah, alley cart.
It's
Yeah.
the restaurant behind the restaurant.
See, my least favorite food at Holiday World is the burgers. I just find them to be dry and not very flavorful.
Well,
It's
you have
not
to
a
dress. You got to dress your burgers up.
Here's the photo I was looking for.
I remember that. I'll have to see if I can find the ones where I was painted as Thunderbird with the glow-in-the-dark paint inside
Yes.
of Holodogs 3D Adventure because my face just glowed.
Oh my gosh.
People thought I was part of the attraction.
You are.
I just wanted to go inside and sit down somewhere.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of all of Holiday World's food, but the pizza.
So they used to have these in the water park. They had pork chop burger things. This
What?
was like, yeah, I was little, so it was a long time
okay.
ago. But those were my absolute favorite thing, and I'm so sad that they don't make those anymore.
Right
Perhaps
now,
you could
my
make.
favorite is actually a burrito from the Alamo.
I'm not I like the Alamo, but I don't want to eat beans and rice and then go on rides.
No,
So when
that's
we
why you
did
don't get beans. You get meat and rice and queso.
when we did the commercial filming last year, they fed us all tacos from the Alamo for dinner, and then immediately after that, within like 5 minutes, they're putting people on firecracker to film, and they're just running and running and running and running firecracker. They weren't stopping, and I'm like, I don't even know how any of these people are not puking.
What, I wrote it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, before they made you get off.
I didn't have that problem. I had more of a lower intestinal digestional byproduct production issue with the rice and the beans.
Oh, see, our problem was just people you're talking a whole bunch of families with 6 to 8, 9-year-olds. You
Yeah.
just fed them a whole bunch of tacos, and then you're going to put them on a ride that just goes.
It goes like this while it's going like this.
See, my great idea was to have an all-you-can-eat buffet and then all-you-can-ride voyage.
That would be a tacho bar.
That would be intense.
All the food is good. I did particularly like the burger that I created last year.
Of course, yeah. The $20 monster burger over this.
It was I can't remember what I called it, but it was a portobello mushrooms with the deep fried pickle spears and bacon. It was a bacon double cheeseburger from Goblin Burger, and then I also got no, it wasn't. It was the double beast burger from Wilda Bistro. But I'd gotten the fried portobello mushrooms from Goblin Burger, then walked to get the sandwich, and then walked up the hill to get the deep fried pickle spears. So it was barbecue sauce with pickle spears, onion rings, bacon double cheese beast burger, and portobello mushrooms.
So,
It was the
That's a lot.
portobello and pickle fry bacon double beast burger.
Oh my gosh.
It
and
was
then
the portobello and pickle fry bacon double beast barbecue mushroom burger, or something like that. It was. I took pictures of it. It was an absolute monster of a sandwich.
It
Absolutely
was, yeah.
delicious.
And what probably cost like $20 at least.
Oh, easily. But it because I got the side of pickle fries and the side of onion rings and the side of mushrooms, it was easily enough to feed 4 people.
Yeah.
and for dessert, you had some delicious fudge.
No, because they didn't have any fudge up at because I started at Goblin Burger and then went to the Wilda Bistro and then went up to the snack house up at the top. So I went from Goblin Burger all the way to Thunderbird in order to make this thing. And when I got up there, for dessert, I think I probably got some cotton candy.
It had to have either been cotton candy or Dippin' Dots because that's the only thing. Two things
Yeah.
over there.
Yep. And of course, unlimited soft drinks,
Oh yeah.
which is fun
And
if you get the Dippin' Dots. You can if you get the large Dippin' Dots, it gives you enough to make like 2 Dippin' Dot floats.
Oh my gosh.
Rather than order the Dippin' Dot floats from the Dippin' Dots shop that's by Gobbler Getaway, you just get the large Dippin' Dots and then go out and get your beverages and make your own floats.
Life hack.
It's true. You can get enough Dippin' Dots in a large order to make like 3 floats.
That's nuts.
Now,
So
one of the foods that I really miss the holiday world was back when Thunderbird first opened was Smokehouse.
Yes, I was there when it was the Smokehouse, but I never ate anything from it when it was the Smokehouse.
I did it a few times, and I called them having ribs, and they were pretty darn good.
I'm interested to see. They've got some new food items this year. I'm interested to see how it plays out.
It's gonna be
Rich
really
will
delicious.
review it, I'm sure. Look for hashtag Rich Reviewed. He'll give it the thumbs up, thumbs down, and a beautiful picture. I've had to train him, though, to make sure that the logo on the Pepsi cup is visible. You don't want the barcode on the cup showing. You want the logo showing.
All right, now, Brent.
Yeah.
What's your favorite holiday at the park?
Oh,
Easy.
Yeah, I threw this at you.
it is easy,
It is.
but it's
not
been a
easy.
surprise. 4th of July.
Oh, that is surprising.
4th of July is actually the largest section of the park. It has more rides than any other section. In fact, it has more rides than some sections combined. When you throw in Holodog's Fun Town, and you consider that is also the home of the Hoosier Celebration Theater.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lot to do in that one little section, and a lot of people I've noticed when they go the first time go about halfway in and they think it's over and they turn around and come back out and they miss half of 4th of July. They don't even see. They see the Raging Rapids at Boulder Canyon, which is the official name, by the way, but they don't know how to get on. They can't figure out where the line is because they've gone the other side and they've come down the hill and they've turned and gone right past it.
Mm-hmm.
See, my favorite section would probably have to be Halloween.
I agree with that.
Sorry,
Mine's Thanksgiving.
I know you're by yourself.
Yeah. Well, I can't ride most of the flat rides. So, like, there's only maybe 2 or 3 rides in 4th of July
Okay.
that I can ride.
Other than
let's-
Gobbler Getaway, what flat ride can you ride in Thanksgiving?
Crow's Nest. Like,
We're not talking about flat rides. We're talking about holidays.
oh,
Yeah, but you said the reason why you like Thanksgiving is because of all the flat rides and
Not all the flat rides. It's all of the rides combined. Like, I can ride most of the rides in Thanksgiving.
2, 3.
There's only like 4 or 5 rides in Thanksgiving. So that's more than half.
In order of approach, they would be Voyage, Gobbler Getaway, Turkey World,
The ship,
Mayflower.
Mayflower.
Mayflower,
Then you
Eagle's
have
Nest.
no,
Crow's Nest.
that's not what it's called.
Crow's
Crow's
Nest.
Nest.
What it looks like.
Crow's Nest.
Eagle's Nest.
I'm thinking of food, okay? I'm thinking of downtown Indianapolis
He- what-
food.
Eagle's Nest. What food is Eagle's Nest?
Oh, you've never heard of it? Downtown
Eagles-
Indianapolis. The Eagle's Nest is a downtown Indianapolis restaurant. Sits on top of a hotel,
Oh,
rotates, and you can see the entire city. It's gorgeous.
Oh, see. I thought Eagle's Nest.
So it's a
was
ride
what happened when
and
you
an
have
Eagle's Nest.
Eagle's Flight at the height of Crow's Nest.
No,
Depending on how I'm feeling, I can ride Crow's Nest.
name once that you have rode Crow's Nest.
Rita was the ride operator, and I rode when Rita was operating.
And then
Yeah,
On
that's
Holiday
right.
nights
when
it was dark.
Not me, wow.
was it the last ride of the night, and were you done after that?
No.
But you can't ride paratroopers.
No! You know how that went.
So wait. So you rode when Rita operated, but not me. Wow.
Yeah, Zach, she hates you.
any ride is
I mean,
better
has
with
known,
Rita as
so.
an operator.
Agreed.
That's a shot to Zach's heart. You can't say that with Zach, the ride operator, right there.
We used to be. I don't anymore though. This year I'm doing.
Okay, but what about
Any
Ryan?
ride is better with Rita as an operator.
Although I mean,
Agreed.
come
Ryan
on
doesn't
now.
operate. Ryan
Who was the
supervises.
best train though? Best train operator was probably me on a train.
I've only actually had Zach as an operator like 4 times.
Yeah, on I think it was all Legends, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I've seen Zach operate rides maybe once, and it was in the Christmas section, and he was doing the what?
It was a little kiddie
yeah,
ride.
the
You're
little,
doing
like-
the seahorse ride.
I think,
they put you on a ride you couldn't break, Zach.
Annika, I think you saw me operate Cronus and
Put
then
your
on
foot on the
Jacob
pedal.
Road. So, yeah, I think you operate Crow's Nest.
You
I
saw,
know
no,
Jacob
you weren't
first
even
met me on
operating
train.
the ride. He was operating the gate.
Yeah. And
We
then,
love you, Zach.
Jacob first met me on the train.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and
yeah.
you wouldn't say
You
anything.
didn't even say
You
any of the nursery rides.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the
you just
thing,
sat
though.
there.
At the time, here's the thing, though, is the microphone was broken.
It doesn't matter. You could have turned around and yelled at us.
That wonderful lady who did it for us for 3 seasons yelled for us.
I ordered 2 women. No, at the time, that was 2020. I had a mask on.
So
I tried. I mean, I think too. You know, by behind me, you wrote back this so I had to yell.
You didn't even give us sheets to read the nursery rhymes.
Did we have it? I forget. That was
Shame on
that was back
Zach.
in 2020, so I forget.
That was in 2020.
Shame on Zach.
Yeah, back in 2020, we did not have the seats yet, I believe, because of COVID. And obviously, I had a mask on too, so I had muffled. But yeah, I recall yelling though. But back when the PA did work though, when it did work, I got all into it.
Hey, I expect to see you on the train this year.
I'm not operating at all this year.
I'll make an exception. I know a guy.
You do.
I know a guy who knows some people who can make some pulls.
Yeah.
You're certified.
Here's the thing though, is I could easily operate like almost all the volleyball training because I do. Cause I used to know most of them at one point of it.
Well, yeah, you make sure everything's safe. You just make sure everything's
Easy, yeah.
safety down, and then you hit the button that's green.
Yeah, that's really easy. I mean, more than that,
And
though.
then
I
it
mean, we have
goes.
keys at home, yeah. But yeah, this year I'm in retail only.
I know that. That's pretty much what you did last year. It's no fun.
Well, I see. Last
Mister,
year,
I'm going to
last
sit
year,
in
five
air
months ago.
condition all day.
See, last year, I did actually operate rides quite a bit, but this year I will only be there 1 day a week.
You were only supposed to be retail last year, and that's because you wanted the air conditioning.
No, see, last year I was retail, but I did help out in rides, and I was there quite a bit.
And how many rides did you break?
I don't recall, but last year I was only in part of Halloween. I was at Legends, Scramble, and Hall Swings.
I'm counting how many rides you broke. I ran out of fingers.
Counting how many rides you broke.
17?
Yeah, I mean, how can I break 17 rides when I only operated 3 rides? So
You broke 3 rides 17 times? That's impressive.
Nope.
That's really impressive. Hey, whatever records you want to set, that's on you, Zach.
Anyway, though, I mean, so yeah, so Brent met me at Legends. You met me at Train. Chris met me at Voyage.
Where did we meet, Brett? Water park?
No. Fun fact, I remember.
I do too.
It was at the very end of the season, and you stalked me.
Oh, stop it.
I found this picture. I have that picture.
I was just talking to somebody, and this girl I didn't know ran up to me and said, "Can I get a picture with you?" And I was like, "Okay."
Little penny guy.
That's not how you led into it. You led into it. Can I get my picture with you? And I was just like, "Okay, you're slightly older than my fan base, but all right." I've still got that picture somewhere too. I had to pull a lot of pictures off my phone. It was getting towards the incredibly.
So you deleted me off your phone?
Oh,
them all onto a permanent storage device.
Hey, you know that doghouse that Holly Dog sleeps in? You better bring your pillow and sleeping bag because you're there now.
I've got my Holiday World hoodie on.
I got my Chris on.
Awesome. While I'm thinking about it, one thing that they should add to the park is a set of statues over towards what is now the German American Party Plaza that is these characters.
Yes, that'd be cool.
So and space them so that you can tuck yourself or your kids in between the characters and pose for that photograph.
I like that. You find the photo?
I did. I found it.
That's it. All right, so I got a question for you guys. Which is better, Hollow Swings or Crow's Nest?
Crow's Nest. I would vomit on Hollow Swings.
Hollow Swings.
Because of the tilt?
Yes.
And Crow's
Me.
Nest goes faster.
Me, Hollow Swings because of nighttime.
Ah, yeah.
Mhm.
Let
Yeah,
me.
Hopping is amazing.
It's Crow's Nest for me, I think. Hollow Swings is the first ride I ever rode at Holiday World, but Crow's Nest is taller. You get a much better view of the park, and I'm fairly certain it's faster.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
feels
but
faster.
look at that.
No, yeah. Yeah, Crow's
Look at
Nest
that.
is definitely more of the observation ride and then the fill ride, but Hollow Swings is very fun.
Look at that beauty. And there's another gorgeous nighttime.
Oh, yeah. You know what's not a good night ride?
The Scrambler.
Scarecrow Scream. It's all right. It's just dark. But I was going to say Lewis and Clark Trail.
I like that ride.
I like it if you're not by yourself.
Agreed.
If you're by yourself, it is not a fun solo ride. It's very, very boring if you're by yourself.
Yeah, I can see that, but I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it. That's because, I mean, I used to be there so much that I kind of grown to not like it as much.
I think they would be fun in a parade.
Yes.
Let me.
Flat ride faves.
Boom.
Well, Jacob is going to say Goblin Getaway.
Heck yes, I am.
Yeah, I agree.
Who wants to see some awesome Gobbler Getaway photos?
Oh, we all do, of course. That's why we try to remember where the camera is.
Well, I got some behind the scenes shots.
I like Turkey World.
I like Turkey World when the turkey's actually rural.
And you don't get stuck on it not spinning.
I mean, it's only been about a dozen times I've tried to ride it, and the turkeys don't actually rural. But yes,
weren't we on it together? And
it did not spin at all.
Not one time. Not one.
I was
one
trying to get a
revolution was
good
made.
video of you guys on that ride, and it just would not whirl. You
It
guys
was
were like
absolutely
leading with it
hilarious.
too.
So this was when we won a behind the scenes tour.
Oh yeah.
We got to walk
Oh, cool.
the track and get good shots of.
I would have had to paint myself and tried to blend into the surroundings.
Pop quiz: how many turkeys are in Gobbler Getaway?
I have no clue, but I'm gonna guess more than one.
I think it's a weird number. It's like 97.
That's what
Hey.
I was thinking. It was either 97 or 107.
Hey,
Yeah.
tell me that doesn't look like the Mystery Machine, but orange.
It does a little bit.
But granted, so they were basically the same ride vehicles that they use on the other ones that are different themes. So
Here's what the inside of a
Caller.
collar looks like.
yes, See, I've actually gotten to walk on Gobble Getaway, but it was for book purposes, so not for count of counting turkeys or targets.
Hey, Zach, do you know what this room is?
Yeah, that'd be the Thunderbird control room inside the willpower building. Come on, look here. I can't even see.
That's just another shot of the control.
Yep, that'd be willpower building. That's the launch. Yep, that's Thunderbird main.
Other favorite flat rides.
Liberty
Carousel.
Launch.
Carousel's on
Liberty
top of my
Launch.
list.
Liberty launch. Bathing Rapids.
Now, okay, is Raging Rapids a flat ride or is
Flat
it
ride.
a modified water coaster?
It's
So it's definitely not a water coaster because there is no launch.
a flat ride.
Yeah, it's a flat ride that's water ride. See, flat ride is very broad.
But it has a
Not like
lift.
on water
It
coaster
has a lift hill.
It had a lift hill, but it does not have a launch. See, water coasters have a launch.
It has a launch. It's just not a forced launch.
But remember though, it only goes downhill, it never goes uphill.
It goes uphill at the end. That's where the lift hill is.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it never goes uphill on its own power.
I agree with you. I just like to argue the point.
I know, yeah.
Now, where is that taken from?
That is taken from
I would not talk about it.
the behind the scenes tour, yes.
Yeah.
Because I also have a nice shot of
I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
have a better socks. Beat that. I have both trains in one picture.
yeah, I can't beat that.
Oh, that's
That's
me
an
on the
amazing
coaster.
photo.
That's me right there.
Is that you?
No, I have no idea, but I'm going to claim it's me.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I
Yeah.
figured out how to beat it.
Oh yeah, that one, the funny one too. I don't have that one anymore. I have that one too.
She's not even paying attention.
I love that photo.
What's that?
Oh, I thought you were talking about that one.
That is an awesome shot.
Also, really love this one too. Yeah, I just love how you literally just dive into the trees.
This is one of our favorite photos.
Yes, Ryan, Mr. Ryan.
Ryan the Breaker.
Yes.
No, it's Zach the Breaker.
No, that's Ryan. It's Ryan the Baker.
What are their favorite?
In attraction we have scapegoats, and never once would I be scapegoats.
I'm not buying it.
All right, so end of night. End of the night at Holiday World. What's your favorite thing to do?
Well, for me, it's dawdle and be the last person out of the park.
Yes.
If I'm still up at Thunderbird, I'm almost guaranteed to be one of the last people out because they won't chase me up very often. But make it down the hill. Usually you see the last people from the last show at the Hoosier Theater leaving out the back door. You'll see usually the upper management making their trip back down to their offices, which are under Gobbler Getaway. I don't know. I kind of like that quiet walk, even though it's all uphill. But last minute ice cream at the hand-dipped ice cream shop right inside the marketplace. And there's always people taking pictures of the fountain at the end of the night.
Yep.
So
How can you not?
How can you not? And it's a beautiful fountain at night. All the lights around the buildings. So whatever night ride I happen to be catching, which I will say is moon phase and weather dependent. Depending on what the moon phase is and how overcast or whatever it is. Oh yeah, I know some of those people.
What's your favorite thing to do once you're outside of the park?
Oh, I have a tradition of yelling "I love Holiday World" in the tunnel because I always park on the Legend parking lot, and it's not been unheard of for me to yell "I love Holiday World" in the tunnel and hear somebody from the parking lot saying "Brent's leaving." Or I'll be walking out with somebody who, on this one particular night, it was somebody I had just met, and we're walking towards the tunnel together, and she was about 8 or 9, maybe, and she looked up. She just said, "Are you going to do it?" I said, "Yes, I am. Would you like to join?" "Yes, I would." So I told her where the middle. You count the seams in the concrete, and you can yell right in the middle, and it echoes. Amazing.
Okay, I'll find out if you're to see it.
I will always yell in the tunnel. It's just a thing I do.
I did that one night. I don't think you were there, but there were people like coming behind us in the tunnel, and they got really mad when I yelled.
I will sometimes warn people. One person, again, I don't even know who they were. I just said, "I hope it doesn't bother you. I'm going to do some yelling when we get into the tunnel." And they looked at me and said, "We expect nothing less from you."
Oh, no.
They know you then.
So I don't have any idea who it was, but they knew me. So absolutely, I will yell in the tunnel.
Yeah, see, Brent is basically a unpaid employee.
I have been told by someone higher up that I am a unofficial ambassador.
You're also probably now a unofficial mascot.
Do you have that picture? I didn't think ahead. I didn't bring any of the good pictures, but I have the picture. There's the picture of me as Holodog. On the howler. I got somebody to take that. So I was in Holodog costume with Holodog makeup, holding a Holodog plushie in the front seat of the howler.
I need to see that photo.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I think Zach's got it.
I don't have it. I've seen it, but I don't know where it is though. I don't have it.
But I walked in that morning as Holodog, and the employee who was working admissions said, "Everybody stop, come out of the office." They didn't close the office, but they all left the office to come out and post the picture with me.
That's amazing.
So the office is closed, Billy.
The office is closed for a moment. They came out and lined up, and they said, "We got to take a picture with you as a group." I was like, "Okay." So that's my end of the night ritual. What about you? What do you do at the end of the night?
I think we do the same thing you do. We kind of lollygag out of the park and say our goodbyes to all of the employees.
Yeah.
Always have to find Rita at the end of the night and tell her goodbye.
Yeah.
Or Ryan.
And Ryan and Chuck.
Well, yeah. See, all you gotta do is that's wait down by the Pepsi and races across the void, and then they'll all come their way.
Yeah. I may be known to give high fives to the employees coming down Thanksgiving Hill as I'm going up. Applaud. Thanks. Great job today, guys. Because I know they've been outside all day. They're tired. They want to, change their shoes and socks and get comfortable, and it's a job, but at the end of the day, they're just like, I just don't want to be here anymore. So I just try to give them a little
I get to live there.
pep
And-
talk.
We always look for Zach. We always look for Connor. We always look for Rita. We always look for
Ryan and Chuck.
Ryan, Chuck. I mean,
Oh no, Ryan, he might come back. I don't know. I haven't heard that, but yeah,
I don't think he is, because he's getting married very soon.
it is. Yes.
Which, congratulations, Ryan, if you ever see this.
And
Yes.
I'll also swing through the gift shops on the way out, just to
Spend more money.
maybe invite all the people.
I
Well,
think
ladies,
a lot of times by the time that we get to the gift shop, because we're usually up at like at Thanksgiving when the park closes, by the time we get to the gift shop, it's already closed.
I'll still wave through the window at them.
Yeah.
We're usually sitting there with maintenance, as maintenance is sending the first train out the park, and then security comes up and goes, "Okay, you guys got to go."
Now you have to
Okay.
leave.
Two.
Roger
Um,
that.
We've been
that-
shoot out a few times.
That's what we
Yeah.
do. We go, "Roger, sir." We'll head that away.
Yep. I like to make friends with all the gift shop people, because they know what they have and how many they have, and they'll tell me, "Hey, you want to get this early because they're going quick or we don't have them." And that may or may not be how I ended up with the number 001 signed poster from the 75th anniversary year.
What numbers do we have?
Remember, they're just odd numbers because we got them from the gift shop.
Yeah, we got numbers like 60 something and 70 something.
001.
Now, I do have a funny Brent Silver out of the book. So I was down at Hadron's, and Brent came by to get his stuffed mascots. And you were looking for, I believe it was Hollow Dog.
Yes, they were getting rare that year.
Yes, and so I called up to Boyd and said, "Hey, it's Zach at Hadron's. Do you have any more Hollow Dog ones?" And he actually do. Okay, cool. Victor on his way.
I did. I
Yeah.
walked all through the park and then ended up walking back down the hill to get the fourth one.
Yeah. You went from Hadron's down to Voyage to get it. Because most of retail knows you.
Stop.
And on closing day of last year, we made Brent Silver the background of the Hadron's computer in the photos.
I may or may not have a fan base.
Big one.
Just
But
no, it's.
So-
I love going to the park. Love making friends. Got great memories. Never had a bad day at the park. Had some wet days. Had some very wet days. But when it gets really rainy and it chases everyone away, stick around, because it'll pass and then there's no one there.
And the wooden coaster going faster.
So let's talk about this upcoming year. What's everybody excited for?
I'm excited for the improved, revised drone show.
I am
Drone
excited
show
for
really
the
was
Voyage track book.
Don't freak out on me. I got to plug in.
I'm excited to ride the Legend a lot more. Definitely excited for the Legend. I'm excited for the new food options. Definitely excited to see if there's any new fudge this year. There's only one better place to find fudge, and I can't say that because we're on YouTube.
The cappuccino fudge is the best fudge you can
Do
get
you
in
have
Holiday
that?
World.
No,
It's just
Brent.
rare. It's rare.
We need to get him some
Brent,
cappuccino fudge and take it to him.
we have some fudge up here that comes from a place we can't say.
Right,
I know what
that
it is,
place.
No, I'm being serious. We can't say it
The
because
best buds come from Bleep.
yeah. Think of when you go to Missouri and you pass this.
Yeah, Brent's passed it.
Yeah, you know
Yes.
what we're talking about.
Speaking of
That
this,
place. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes. The planetary fudge.
Yes. Yes. That is some pretty good fudge. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll have to get you the cappuccino flavor and bring it down so you can compare, and we'll do a video about it.
That's what I've been doing recently is comparing the fudge from their flavors of fudge from Holiday World to this place. And Holiday World does beat it in a few places, but you're right.
Planetary fudge.
The planetary fudge kind of actually blows Holiday World out of the water, which is I'm pretty surprised. But the taffy at Holiday World is so much better. Which takes us to the point of you going away from Holiday World. What did you think of Silver Dollar City when you went?
Oh, okay. First thing is it's a really big park, but you can't see it. It's so much of it is hidden because it's so terrainous. Can I say terrainous? Can I? Terrainous?
Yeah, I guess you technically could.
I technically did. In fact, what was interesting was on the map, one of the hills is at such a incline or decline, depending on which part you're on, does taking strollers or wheelchairs up or down that side. It's actually highlighted not to do that because it's really, really steep. And if it gets away from you, it's a long ride to the bottom.
You're at fire in the hole when you get to the bottom.
Theming throughout the park was fairly consistent, but it did come off a little bit as we're back. It's not cartoony, but a little cheesy at times. It was like they were trying a little too hard to make it period looking when they could have just made it period looking and gone on.
I think once it ages more, it'll do better too.
But it is now officially the second park that I was accused of being an employee at.
Yes, I was saying that too earlier. That was hilarious.
I get that at a lot of parks.
Yeah, like Jake made a mistake of I think it was a white or blue polo to Holiday World.
Yeah, don't wear polos to Holiday World, especially if they're red, blue, or white.
Yeah, see, Brent Wood, this is still a city for Magic, and people thought he was an employee. oh no, he was accused of being an employee by other employees.
Yes, that was the interesting point. It was the employees thought I worked there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we had a little fun with the guy at the tintype photos.
Yes.
Because we were dressed a little bit alike, and I had gone into the restroom and changed clothes and put my regular park clothes on, and then came back around and asked him if he'd seen my twin brother. I said, he looks a lot like me, but he's wearing clothes that look more like what you've got on. I had him going for a little while. He was like, yeah, he was just... No, wait a minute. Yeah.
On the up, though, we hit the infamous Lambert's Cafe.
Yes, we did. Hit the Lambert's Cafe, home of the Throwed Rolls.
Yes.
It was overall, it was a great trip. As far as the park goes, I'm going to screw up the name. Outlaw Run.
Yes.
Amazing coaster. If you've never been on that one or to that park, that coaster is almost worth the drive to the park by itself. Time Traveler was neat. It was just a very, very different experience than what I thought it would be. And the other one was still down from an incident. What's the one?
Thunder Basin.
Yeah, Thunderation. It was still down because of an incident at the park. Um, Powder Keg was good. Uh, it was very interesting to watch because there's a lot of theming that goes on outside the ride that you can't see from
Yeah.
the queue. You've got to like get off and go towards a dead end road where there's nothing but like a beef jerky stand.
And you gotta look up.
Yeah, and you got to look up to see it all, and it's just nobody sees it. I will say they had some amazing exotic jerkies available for purchase and sampling throughout the park.
They did.
I made some
What-
friends giving out samples later.
What did you think of Fire in the Hole?
There's a little surprise in Fire in the Hole. I liked it. It was. Did you say it was the first one that the park did like completely on their own?
Yeah, so it's the it is actually one or two rides the park built in house. The other one being Flooded Mine, but
It was
anyway,
a little cartoony in places, but the whole concept was really neat.
And by the way, go back this year, guys. So this is the last year for the OG Fire in the Hole.
We confused the hell out of him. Fire in the Hole is one of our favorite rides there, other than Time Traveler and Thunderation.
And Brent, how do you caption this right here?
Oh, that was I was an insulator because I was between two conductors. Well, what goes between two conductors?
Insulated.
An insulator.
Yeah.
You're just jealous you didn't think of it.
Well, here you go. This is when right after you first saw My Old Fire for the first time.
That is I hate to say it. It is a very slow coaster.
Yeah, that's why I call it My Old Fire.
Yeah, it's Wildfire.
It's incredibly smooth. It's not jerky. It's great scenery. It's themed well.
It's Wild Eagle.
It's just really you think it would go much faster, and it just seems like it's dogging. But it's smooth, so there's that.
Yeah, the reason I call right after you was I had you before we got to the gift stop. I had you close your eyes, and I walked you out.
Yeah.
That way you cannot see the whole entire thing, and I said open your body.
There is a lot. Yeah, the view from the deck outside the gift shop is just amazing.
Yeah.
But then you watch this coaster go by, and like that is the coolest scene ever.
Yes.
Because you get this picture of it's way up here on the hill, and then it dives into the terrain.
Yeah.
It's very terrainous. I made a new word. It's terrainous. Then it just kind of disappears into the trees and then shows up again. So I like it. It just seemed like it wasn't very fast, and that kind of surprised me. But Outlaw Run just blew me away.
Did you ride that at night after dark?
It wasn't real. We went at night, but it wasn't real dark.
It was dark, but it wasn't pitch black. Because
Did you ride it in the pitch black?
Yeah.
You can't do that this season.
Because
you're not going to be open till midnight.
Yeah. Because
I can do whatever I want.
Like we only had
the earliest they close or the latest they're open this season's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Well, just watch the phase of the moon. Plan your weekends accordingly.
No midnight closings.
Yeah. But yeah, what we did was, so we had 2 nights there, but on one night we could only do nothing, do a ride because we had the concept of newsboys, and then we had one night on night rides, so we just wanted to get multiple night rides in. So we did Outlaw Run and then ended up on Time Traveler, because that's my all-time favorite ride there. So. And of course, you met the amazing JL versus JL. JL is basically the Solar City versus event.
Oh, stop you. Stop. I know what you're doing.
What am I doing?
Not you.
What am I doing?
Who's doing
That one.
that
Me?
one?
That one.
What am I doing?
You know what you're doing.
Well, see, I thought it was me.
She's thinking about sleeping. She's ready for bed.
I'm thinking about riding the train at Silver Dollar City.
Yes, and
Well, you can't.
It's going to be open the first week of April, so
Well, you have still another week.
Hey Ben, so what did they say when we were getting off of Michigan Falls?
Oh, it was, what was it? It was 3 o'clock, so, oh gosh, what did he say?
I think it's dumpster rising in the water and listening to slopes.
It was something about, it was 3 o'clock, so they had added the extra cold water and released the sharks into the holding pool or something. It was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about the time of day, the water temperature, and the sharks to make sure that you got we got so that was probably the best river ride I've been on since Grizzly River Rampage originally opened in 1984 at Opryland. It there was not a dry anything on me. We had a full boat, and all of us were like grown adult size.
Yeah.
There was no Annika-sized people in the boat. Everybody was regular adult size, and at one point there was about 6 inches of water in the bottom.
Yeah.
So your shoes and socks were completely underwater.
Yeah, so that's why you kind of put your feet up on a real rail to keep them up.
Yeah, I didn't catch that part of the memo.
Yeah.
I squished the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
And we also had fun doing Bearbell too, and that was a blast.
What's the name of the ride across the way from it with
Yes,
the short guns?
Hammond Hawks Bearbell.
Yes. That is a ride where as a family or a group of friends you can team up on someone.
Yes.
And we did. We just randomly picked a family and laid into them. And parents were cheering us on to squirt their children.
Yeah, we did. Chris rode it.
At Six Flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris rode that ride at Six Flags one time, and her and I gained up on him, and he was just hopeless on that boat. We're jumping from gun to gun, just going to town.
After we rode, I climbed the tower, got to the highest point, so I could spray down, but no one could spray up at me.
Yeah, he was up top, I was down below, and we had another set of parents or two that rotated in, and whatever raft full of kids was just free pickings.
So I sprayed guys on the boat, and I sprayed those down below too.
Because I aimed for the face.
Yeah.
I tried to aim right for their face.
I aim for the clothes. I ruined their day.
Yeah. One kid tried to have an attitude and say I couldn't get him. Turns out he was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could get him.
I first wrote it. I wrote it on my own, and then they came and Annika teamed up on me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got back at you too. I'm like, you play me on, I'll play you. You know how that looks.
The other thing that I really liked at Silver Dollar City that I hadn't ridden before was the barn swing.
Oh yes, yes.
It's really big.
Oh yeah.
It's really big, and you're fairly certain that when you're on the end of the backswing, that you're going to fall headlong onto the concrete.
Yeah.
You're not coming out of it, but it sure feels like you are.
You rode it.
I did.
She can ride that ride.
And it's really tall.
I think that would be a good addition to Holiday World.
It would be.
I can see that. Of course, I'm still holding out for a Ferris wheel.
Don't say that to Jacob. He won't get on it.
We will
I
leave
hate
you at the
Ferris
top.
wheels.
We will leave
No,
you at the top.
you can't even get me on at the bottom. You're
We
not
have
going to
no
get me
Indiana
at the
Beats.
top because you're not going to get me on at the bottom.
But we have to, Jacob. We got you on Indiana Beats.
And do you not know what happened?
This
That
is
was
him
priceless.
on the side of the thing.
Yeah.
He's like white knuckles holding
Just
onto the
think of it as a
bar.
rotary roller coaster with pauses.
That can just happily just fall. Just fall.
Have you seen Final Destination?
Yes. That's the problem.
But we also need a Holiday Road Splash Battle.
Holiday World what?
Holiday Road need a splash battle like on Tom and Hubs on Solar City.
No, we all three, all four know what Holiday World needs. A new
Splash.
themed area.
Yes.
Yes. New Year's Day.
Why New Year's Day?
Why not Birthday Bash?
Because my birthday is January 1st.
So it's all snowfield rides, and you can have like a toboggan coaster.
No, I would like to have a toboggan kind of rotary thing, but alpine sled kind of deal. But I would like a New Year's Eve, New Year's Day area where you have an inverted Liberty launch that acts as a ball drop. A drop rise instead of a launch ride. Some kind of indoor confetti explosion room where the confetti is sucked into floor vents and reused.
That's so genius.
But just some more. I think you could do food and beverage really interesting in that area. But some kind of a Ferris wheel based on the calendar, and it would be like passing of time.
No Ferris wheel needed. No.
Baby. Well, we have reindeer, but we don't have a baby New Year. So there's your new mascot.
Not me,
Or-
Ben. You're
or-
a mascot.
Or Father Time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought Mardi Gras too would be a good one for Holiday Road. Mardi Gras.
Yeah, Mardi Gras would be good, but they don't.
That's not family.
It's not family oriented.
And then I guess sadly.
Stupid
Well, I'll see
non-drinking
Patrick's Day
Holiday
too.
World. Just kidding.
They still have to embrace my idea for the next costume character for Thanksgiving, because they say everybody thinks of is turkey, but the turkeys with the feathers are the males, and they wanted to add another female and all this stuff. I figured it out. Don't have a costume character. Think of like the larger theme parks have people in costume that aren't costume characters. Like
A base character, yeah, base character.
Yeah. And it would be Penelope Pilgrim. Call her Penny Pilgrim for short.
Nope.
Or Mayflower Mouse. If you want to do a costume character, it has to be a mouse and call it Mayflower Mouse. And then Mayflower Mouse can tell you all about the story of them riding on the Mayflower coming to America. And then it starts a chain of children's books.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's genius.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to discuss tonight?
I can't think of anything offhand. We covered flat rides, not flat rides, time of day, weather,
Moon phases.
moon phases. That I tell you, that gets overlooked on some of the coaster events. People want to pay more attention to that.
How Zach breaks all the rides when he operates.
Hey now, hey.
Breaks down all the rides. There is
I don't
good
break mine.
entertainment. We didn't
Mine
talk
does.
about entertainment, but if you're taking a family and you're needing a break so that the kids can eat their ice cream or whatever, there's a couple of different places around you can do that. Each section's got a little place you can tuck yourself into.
The dive
I
show,
love
the
the dive
magic
show.
show.
Magic show, the musical numbers, the Holodog and Friends that they parade out.
The band that walks around.
Yeah, the band. If it's Kids World, they got the extra stuff that they do, and they had some entertainment at the old operations building from Pilgrim's Plunge. They were using that.
Yep.
Kind of like where the Scare B&B is, they were using that as a stage area. So there's lots of places, and they're all fairly close to eating places. So you can grab some food and the kids can rest their feet, and the parents can breathe, and you can eat and plan your day. And also, from the dive show, you get a really good idea of what the queue is like at Raven.
Yes.
So rather than stand in line, when you know in 30 minutes that line's going to be gone, catch the shuttle, wait for the line to go down.
Or you can wait in line and watch the show.
It also
Very
works
true.
if you're really tired. You can ride the Raven and not have to walk uphill. So, anyway, that's all I got.
You got anything, Miss Hanukkah? Mr. Zach?
I do not, but this has been an absolute blast, and we could easily go much longer, but we need to cut it off because I don't think many people want to watch a 2 hour long video.
Well, no, if we don't stop it before the 2 hour mark, we're going to go to a 3 hour mark, and that's the problem.
Exactly.
People don't have 3 hours. I don't even have
video
20
can link
minutes.
as well. It's our life.
That's right.
But until this season starts, you know where you can find Brent. Once the season starts, he'll be at Holiday World probably opening day, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm actually scheduled a day off on that Friday so that I can pack and leave town and get a room
And be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
They won't be open Friday, but they'll be open Saturday for the Platinum Pass holders only preview party. And then the following day for all pass holder levels. But I can say the last 2 years, I have been the first guest in the park. And last year, I was the last guest out of the park at the end of the season.
Wow.
Yeah, we were together on the closing day.
Yeah, I made sure I was the last one to leave. They said, why? I said, because I was the first guest at the beginning of the year.
And so that means that Brent unofficially lives at Holiday World.
Just about.
I mean, I used to live there. I used to work there 8 days a week.
I will say that there are some housing developments down there. One of them has a street called New Year's Day Drive.
There you go.
I did not look at available property at that location.
All right. Well, until next time, you guys, I'm Jacob.
I'm Annika.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Brent.
Peace.